are you gonna be in the video? Because you're making a lot of noise. Yeah, you are. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I have a very highly requested video today. I'm so excited to share with you. It is on my favorite toners. This is gonna be like a blonde edition because it's just too much to put blondes and brunettes all in one video. So I'm just gonna do blondes for now because that's what I specialize in and that's what I do the most of. And I'm going to be going over just Redken Shades EQ. I don't have any other toners right now that are on my list. It's just solely Redken Shades EQ for blondes, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so I have my phone and my clipboard here because I needed help. Because I needed to see photos of what I'm doing and then I have a list of everything. So the main, like my favorite toner and that I talk about non-stop, people are probably so annoyed with how much I talk about this toner combination, is 7N 7P equal parts for root, smudge, shadow, tap out, whatever, and then 9V all over the rest of the hair. So that's how I get my platinum blondes. Also, side note, if you hear Clyde in the background, I'm sorry, he's a puppy. Anyways, so 9N, 9P equal parts, 9V for the ends. I'm going to be posting pictures over here of what I'm talking about. That's why I'm like off to the side. But so this is going to have all the photos that I'm talking about. So first one, and I want to show you how different each toner can be, how it takes differently for each hair, for each person, for each way, like what it lifted to, things like that, all affect the outcome of the toner, even if it's the same toner. So you have to put all of that into consideration when you are choosing a toner to use. I love going to this toner, but when I know it's not going to work, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use something that works. So you can't always guarantee that this is going to work, but I'm going to show you some ways that it does vary using the same toner. So first one, we have Erin. She was my model for the Baby Lights class I did. She's also a stylist at Main Addiction, the salon I work at. And so this is her color. We did a full baby light foil all over her head. Everything was highlighted. And then we went in with equal parts 9N, 9P, and tapped out her root first. And then we went in with 9V all over her ends, all over everything else, everything but the root. So that's what you get with Erin's. She lifted to about a level 9, super high, because she's naturally level like a light 7. So natural blondes are going to get this really icy color with this toner. Next we have is my dear client Ellen. She's adorable. This Ellen has a level 6 hair naturally. We did kind of my foliage technique on her and some baby lights too because she wanted to go a lot blonder. But this is what we did. So I drug down the 7N 7P root shadow a little bit further because she did want an easy grow out and we weren't going for like the super highlighted platinum blonde icy hair. We were just going for lighter. She is in the process of going platinum, but this is her first process. But she did lift high enough to use 9V on her, so I did use 9V all over her ends. It is so beautiful. I love how it takes to the lighter pieces on the ends and then how it just like neutralizes anything that's a little bit darker and just blends super beautifully. So that is Ellen's outcome. And then next is Lacey, and she had like a level 5-6 natural, and she does like to be super blonde, and so we did do a really heavy baby light all over her head. Well, we didn't do a full, we did a partial, but it was heavy baby lights where we did it. And then again, I toned her with 9N 9P equal parts for her root tap, and I did just tap out her roots because she wanted to be blonde super high up, and then 9V all over her ends as well. Okay, then we have Kayla. So sorry, this one is a lot because people ask me all the time about these toners, and this is what I use most of the time. So I want to show you as many examples of this as I can for right now. So this is Kayla, and she likes to be blonde, but she likes to come in the salon to get her hair colored maybe once a year. Like, she wants it to last a long time, and she wants it to grow out super well. And she can, because she is a lighter level 7, and so she is able to let that blonde grow out so fast. I mean, so long, because she's so light naturally that it just looks like highlighted, like sun-kissed hair. It doesn't look like a line. And so what I did is I did baby lights on her. I just did a partial, and then I went in with balayage underneath to just brighten some pieces underneath. I did do a couple baby lights like right here by the neck, so that when it comes out here it's really bright, and then when she pulls her hair up it's really bright. So she had baby lights here, a partial, and then back in here where the occipital bone is, she had more balayage. But then again, I did the 7 and 7P equal parts. I brought it down further in the back where she had the balayage, and then I just tapped out our root on top, and then the rest was 9V. Okay, next we have Emma, cutie, 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 California girl. She's there for school. She is bright blonde, so freaking cute, has the adorable bangs, like so cute. And she loves to be icy, platinum, bright, California blonde girl. So we did a full head of baby lights, bangs, and all, get those all nice and bright. And then we did just tap out, kind of like Erin, kind of like the first girl, just tap out her roots with 7 and 7P. We're not bringing that down anywhere because we want it to be super bright as far up on the head as we can go. And then everything else is 9V all over. And then last example I have is Corinne, and she was in the promo video, one of my promo videos for my baby lights class, so if you want to check her out, she's there. She is kind of the same as Erin, because Erin was my model for the baby lights class and Corinne was the promo model. So she is a full head of baby lights, very, very fine baby lights, and then she is just a tap of 9N and 9P with the rest of her hair 9V. So that is my 9 and 9P root, 9V ends clients. That's what it looks like for different hairs. Okay, let's see if that'll give us some more light. The natural light that I have around is going back and forth because it's a cloudy day. Anyways, okay, 7P only. I recently discovered that I love 7P just by itself, and that it is beautiful. So I have two examples. So I have two examples of 7P, just straight 7P. The first one is Maggie, and so we lifted her hair to like a level 9. Yeah, level 9. And she just wanted this really natural, kind of neutral, ashy toned balayage look, like just kind of breaking up her brown hair. She has a bob. And so I went in with just straight 7P. And I left it on for about 10 minutes, really working it in the whole time, and it was just gorgeous. I loved this toner. I loved how easily and softly it blended into her natural hair. It was just beautiful. And then another example of using just 7P is my client Jubilee. She has Asian hair, so you know how hard it is to get it to lift. We got her to a level 8, and because she had virgin hair, so it did lift pretty well. We used 30 volume on her, so I got her to like a level 8. And then I toned her with just straight 7P, left it again on for 10 minutes. I find that if you're going to use just 7P, leave it on for a little bit longer than I normally do, because it really needs to penetrate in there and get that yellow out and then go to a neutral tone, which it does further on in its processing. So 10 minutes, left it on, worked it in, kept working it in the whole time, and this is what it turned out, and it was beautiful. It was really this gorgeous, like, natural balayage color. So for both these girls, it really worked well with their natural color and just like creating a smidge of dimension at the ends. So love that. Okay, and then we're moving on to 7 and 7P with something else. So a lot of the times, if I have clients that have like level 6 or under, but they want to be blonde, I want to use my 7N7P for the root, but it's not dark enough to like eliminate that line right where the root is, like right where it transitions from their natural to the highlights. So you have to add something else. Or I love the 7N7P, but it's just a smidge too dark, and so I want something to just lighten that up a little bit. So I have two different formulas that I like to use. The first one is 7N, 7P, and 8V. And this is going to go all over her hair. This is Emily. This went all over her hair. I didn't do a root tap because I didn't take her highlights all the way up to her root. I feathered them up. And so this went all over her hair, and it was gorgeous. Like this color, this photo, I am obsessed with. I don't know what it is. I love the color. I love how it's curled. I love the shine. I love everything about how this picture looks. You know when you just get one of those photos that you just want to stare at forever and you never get tired of looking at that photo and you want to post it everywhere and you want people to love it just as much as you do? That's how I am with this photo. I love it. And the color was beautiful. So I love how that turned out with her natural color. She had really brassy highlights before, and so we were toning them down, plus adding a couple more just to bring it up. So that's 7N, 7P, and 8V equal parts. Now moving on to that, if they have darker hair, naturally you want to be blonde, that grow outline, we're eliminating it. So I did 7N, 7P, and I put 6N in there, equal parts. And so this is Haley, and this is on her roots. She is a natural level 6, but she wants to be super bright blonde. So that's why I used the 6N in there, because it needs something else to grab onto those highlights, that rooted highlight, and just blend it really well with her natural level 6. And then also this is Alyssa, and I brought this down. So with Haley, I just tapped out the root. Alyssa, I drug it down a little bit more to create that more natural balayage look, because she didn't want to be highlighted. She wanted balayage, and so I brought that down just to blend in with her natural 6 hair. So that's 7N, 7P, and 6N. And finally, we have 8V and 9V. So equal parts 8V, 9V. I really learned to love 8V. I thought I was like, oh, 8V is too dark. I don't want it. I want 9V. But 8V is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. And I love mixing it with 9V because it just adds this more like, there's more depth to it. It's not darker. There's just more pigment in it that it helps eliminate so many unwanted pigments. So this is Kaylin, and I put this all over her hair. I did the normal just root tap with 7N, 7P, but then for her ends, instead of just doing 9V, I did 9V and 8V all over, and it just added a little bit more to the hair than just being platinum blonde. This is also Maddie. She has similar hair color to Kaylin. It's just that really beachy blonde color that's just so gorgeous. It's not like platinum ashy, but it's like a neutral beachy blonde, and I really love that. And then the last picture is, this is of Masha, and she wanted more ashy tones, so I left the 8V, 9V on for longer. So the first two are the Beachy Blonds. This is way more ashier than that Beachy Blonde, but it is ashier because I left it on longer. So I left it on for about 10 minutes, where the other girls I left on for about 5. So this just penetrated the hair more and just took it more ashy than the other two, but it is still 8V, 9V. And then I'm going to show you kind of what to look for with Shades EQ if you are new to using Redken Shades EQ. I've been using it for about 2 years now, and I use it on almost every single client, and I really have learned to love it. I do use other brands too, but I just keep coming back to Shades. But this is what I learned like in the process. I didn't take any classes on it. I kind of just went into it blind and just tried it out and learned from my experiences. And so whenever I explain how to use Shades EQ to people, I'm always like, in the bowl, it looks dark. And you're gonna be really scared that you just covered your client that wants to be platinum blonde to like a level 7 gray. But don't be afraid, because that's not how it's gonna blow dry out. It's gonna blow dry super bright, super blonde. And so these are just the steps. So this is gonna be like the before, and then during the toner, after toner, and then blow dry. So I'm just going to show you kind of a sequence of photos of what to expect when you are. This is with 9B, so that's the toner I use most of. This is 9B, but it applies to all of the shades, especially the V's and P's and stuff like that, the ashier shades. It's gonna look darker in the bowl wet, but once you start blow drying, it's gonna brighten up so much. So don't be afraid. So that's kind of what to expect when you're doing Shades EQ, the ashier tones. And that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad I got to share some of my favorite formulas. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you want to see a toner video for brunettes, also leave a comment down below and I will be able to give that video to you. Guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, all three. And follow me on Instagram at @HairByLexiDawn. There you will be able to see all the photos I was talking about. Thanks again for watching. Bye!